You ever feel something in your chest before your brain understands it? That tight feeling, like your heart already knows the truth, but your mind is still begging for a different answer. That's how it started for me. Not with shouting, not with drama, not with a lipstick stain, just distance. Her name was Emily. 7 years together, 3 years married. We weren't perfect, but we were solid, or at least I thought we were. When I was building my small consulting business from our tiny apartment kitchen table, she used to sit across from me and say, "One day we're going to laugh about these broke days." We'd eat instant noodles and joke that it was budget fine dining. Back then, we were a team, or at least I thought we were. About 6 months ago, things changed. Not dramatically, subtle. She started going out more. Networking events, office celebrations, just drinks with coworkers. She started dressing differently too. Not for me, for them. Her phone flipped face down more often. She'd smile at texts, but not at me. And the worst part, when you ask directly and they look you in the eye and say, "You're overthinking." Men know that line. You're insecure, you're imagining things, you're crazy. And suddenly you start doubting your own instincts. Maybe I was overworking. Maybe I wasn't giving enough attention. So I tried harder. I planned dates, bought flowers, cooked dinner. She said she was tired. Always tired. Just not too tired for Friday night office parties. One Friday, she said casually, "There's a company party tonight. Big client celebration. It's important." I nodded. "Spouses allowed?" She paused, just for a second. "It's mostly corporate. You'd be bored." That pause. That was the moment. Something inside me clicked. Not anger, clarity. So I smiled. "Okay, have fun." She left around 8 p.m. Red dress. The one she hadn't worn for me in over a year. I waited 10 minutes. Then I grabbed my keys. The event was at a rooftop lounge downtown. Loud music, city lights glowing, expensive suits, champagne glasses. I walked in calmly. No drama, no storming in like some soap opera scene, just quiet observation. I saw her almost immediately. She was near the bar, laughing. Not her polite work laugh, her real laugh. The one I hadn't heard in months. And she wasn't alone. She was standing close, too close, to a tall guy in a navy suit. His hand was on her lower back. Not accidental, not friendly, intentional. Then I saw it. She leaned in. He whispered something. She bit her lip, and then she kissed him. Not a peck, not confusion. A kiss. Comfortable, practiced, like this wasn't the first time. And I was standing maybe 10 feet behind her, invisible. The music was loud, the lights were flashing, but in that moment, everything went silent for me. No screaming, no tears, just stillness. It felt like watching someone else's life, like I was observing a movie scene. She wouldn't, but she did. I stepped forward, not aggressively, just enough. When they pulled apart, I said calmly, "Emily." She froze, her face drained of color. The guy turned around, confused. "Who's this?" he asked. She stuttered. I can explain." "Explain what? Gravity? Physics? The way your lips accidentally collide repeatedly?" I looked at him and extended my hand. "Hi, I'm her husband." The silence that followed, louder than the music. His hand slowly dropped from her waist. "Oh!" He stepped back immediately. You could see it on his face. He didn't know. Or maybe he did. Doesn't matter. I wasn't there for him. I was there for clarity. I looked at her. No yelling, no scene, just one question. She was shaking. "How long?" Tears started forming instantly. "It's not what you think." Classic. I repeated, slower. "How long?" She whispered, 3 months. 3 months. While we were eating dinner together, while we were sleeping in the same bed, while she was telling me I was paranoid. 3 months. And suddenly every late meeting made sense. Every cold shoulder, every flipped phone. I nodded slowly. And here's the part most people don't expect. I didn't beg. I didn't shout. I didn't even insult her. I just said, I hope he was worth it. And I walked away. The drive home was quiet. No dramatic music, just the sound of the engine and my own breathing. Pain doesn't always explode. Sometimes it settles, heavy, like wet cement in your chest. She came home 2 hours later, crying, apologizing, saying it was a mistake, saying she was confused, saying she felt lonely. Lonely? I was building our future, working 14-hour days for us. But betrayal doesn't happen because someone is busy. It happens because someone decides to cross a line, and she crossed it repeatedly. I slept on the couch that night, not because I was weak, but because I needed silence. Divorce papers were filed within 2 weeks. No screaming battles, no public drama, just signatures. People thought I'd fall apart. Maybe I did, but quietly. Instead of chasing her, I chased growth. I poured everything into my business. No distractions, no emotional energy wasted. While she was posting filtered Instagram photos about finding herself, I was building something real. And here's the part nobody tells you about betrayal. It gives you fuel, pure, focused fuel. When you stop trying to prove your worth to someone who already decided you weren't enough, you start proving it to yourself. Months passed. My company landed its biggest contract yet. Then another, then another. Late nights turned into strategic moves. Small clients turned into major partnerships. The same people who doubted me started asking for meetings. And guess which company became one of our new clients? The firm she worked for. Life has a twisted sense of humor. A year later, same rooftop lounge, different energy. This time, it was my company hosting the celebration. Major acquisition deal closed, investors present, media there. I was no longer the guy eating instant noodles. I was the CEO signing million-dollar contracts. And guess who walked in with her team? Emily. She hadn't known who the acquiring company was. Her face when she saw me standing at the front of the room, I'll never forget it. Shock, regret, realization. I gave my speech confidently about growth, about resilience, about turning setbacks into stepping stones. And then I said something that wasn't in the script. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs come after the biggest betrayals. Our eyes met. She knew. After the speech, she approached me. "You look different." I smiled. "I am." She hesitated. "I made a mistake." I nodded. "Yes, you did." She looked around at the room, at the success, at what could have been hers. "You don't miss us?" she asked quietly. And here's the truth. I missed the version of us that never existed, but I didn't miss her. Because the woman I loved would never have done what she did. So I answered honestly, "I miss who I thought you were." Silence. No anger, no revenge speech, just calm. Because the real revenge is indifference. Not shouting, not humiliation, growth. Here's what I learned. Betrayal doesn't break strong people. It reveals them. It shows you who was holding you back. And sometimes, the person who leaves you during your struggle is the same person who would have limited your success. Fairy tales teach us about villains and heroes, but real life, it teaches us about choices. She chose temporary excitement. I chose long-term discipline, and discipline always wins. If you're watching this right now, and you feel betrayed, listen carefully. Don't beg. Don't chase. Don't destroy yourself trying to prove your value to someone who already decided not to see it. Level up. Silently. Let success speak. Let growth answer. Let discipline rebuild. Because one day, you won't need closure. You'll need confidence. And if this story hit you, if you've ever been betrayed, comment below, Glow Up Season, and subscribe for more real stories about power, betrayal, and transformation. Because sometimes, the best comeback is becoming untouchable.